everybody. Welcome to episode 3. Welcome to the chateau. We're in the Grand Salon tonight. We thought we would share the beautiful room that we're never in as much as we should be. That's what you just said, eh?
Yeah, you walk into this room and I'll put some video over this because it's just so beautiful. Now, the truth is we're in here because we forgot to do it before the sun went down. It's kind of fun to show you the outside because the outside is just très beau. Very beautiful.
Très belle.
Très belle is what I meant.
La Griffe.
La Griffe, a très belle. A très beau too, isn't it?
Yes, but it's masculine and feminine.
Oh man, I'm not anywhere close to that point. But glad to have you. Now, this I entitled this episode "Hands Up," which
Oh, I suppose so.
for a bunch of reasons. Maybe you'll figure it out as you watch the video. But interesting week, and this is a long video, so hope you got some time. Sit back, get comfortable, and enjoy our week. Okay, Monday morning, and we're starting with some painting. I'm helping Leslie out because she's the best painter in the family, but she has a difficult time getting up way high, so I am doing the trim for her, trying to get around all those wires, which is, you know, no small job. Now, this primer is not great. It feels like white colored water a little bit, but, you know, every country does things well. Every country does things well, like France with the four mule meal, incredible. The appetizer, the main course, the dessert for maybe $15, $20. Incredible. Paint, not so great. But anyways, we'll keep working on it and we'll keep putting more on and hopefully it'll be good. Monday turned out to be a pretty effective day. Leslie had asked me to do all the painting of the walls downstairs, so I did. I thought that would take the whole day, but it only took half the day, which meant that I could get all the paper up on this wall. Now, looking much better. Now, still, you can see the beam here. So that's not perfect, but way better. And I think, yeah, right now, of course, remember the light is shining directly across it. When we install the chandelier, then the light will be hitting straight on, so those differences will be far less pronounced. So yeah, making good day on Monday. Got a ton done. Okay, I was up early this morning and I am treating myself to a good breakfast. Went to the bakery, brought home a little treat for Leslie cakes. Oh, tart citron, I'll show you that later. And I squeezed some orange juice for myself and I have a nice croissant from the bakery. And our favorite jam, this stuff is great. You can get it in North America, but it's expensive as anything there. It's cheap here. What is it, Leslie? It's myrtle? Myrtle jam?
Yeah.
Myrtille?
Blueberry.
Blueberry, oh, so good. So what you do, if you're French, you don't open the croissant up, you flip it over and you put it on the back. At least that's what I'm told. So that's what I did, and here we go, nice breakfast. And I'm having a nice breakfast because it's been a bit of a crazy morning. Okay, so Monday night, last night, you know, we're sitting in the house, we're finished our work for the day, we've thrown some food on the barbecue, starting to do a little cooking. All of a sudden, Bingley starts going crazy. He's barking like nuts. He's running around, he's looking out the back, like as if he's chasing somebody, and he's kind of like standoff mode. He's barking, and he's not getting close, and we're like, oh, what's going on? And we start to hear some horns, and I thought I heard a shot, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's the hunters. Maybe they're like next door or something. And then I heard something else from the front and saw a bunch of flashing lights. And so I went up to the front door and looked. I looked at the gate right there, and sure enough, there was a vehicle and two people standing there. And there was like a really flashy light shining at us. And I thought, oh, maybe there was like a wild boar that ran on the property and they're trying to get to him and they want me to open the gate. So I go out there and I walk up there, but no, it's not a wild boar and it's not hunters. It's the police, the gendarme, and it's a police car. And so I'm thinking, maybe they're chasing like some convict or something and they jumped our fence and so they want to go chase them because they're looking like they're ready to go. And so, I hustle and I get my key and I open it and the gates, and then they get back in the car and they drive in pretty official like. And very nice officers, by the way. I really enjoyed them. But at the start, they didn't know who I was, and they, it was a little bit like, is your name this and do you this? Well, it turns out we got a number of speeding tickets last year. Now, I knew about 3 of them. Again, we drive a lot. We had 3 vehicles, and North Americans were not always great at seeing speed cameras. So they weren't really bad speeding tickets, like maybe 10 kilometers, 6 miles over the limit. Not, in North America, you'd never get a ticket for that. But in France, if you go by a speed camera and if you're more than, I think, 5 kilometers over, something like that, which is maybe 3 or 4 miles over the speed limit, when you see a camera, you get a ticket. And so we had 3 of those that came in August, and I paid them all. Only €45 each, no big deal. One of them was me driving, and 2 was one of our friends who was driving, who will remain nameless. We're very thankful for our friends that helped us. And so sure enough, they started showing me pictures of the car, and it was, well, it was a certain date. And so I knew that it was one of our people. And so apparently there's a 4th ticket that didn't get unpaid. And so they opened the back door of the car, and I thought, are they taking me in? But they were very friendly. They came into the house, and we got the translators going, and we tried to, explain. I said, and they realized that we're out of the country a lot. So probably what happened is the ticket arrived when we were gone. Or it's also possible that a ticket arrived and I thought we'd already paid it because we had already a couple for that day. I think we had 3 tickets on one trip. Anyways, they were great. I went in, and it took about an hour this morning, and they were very patient with me, and I'm very thankful. They were very nice folks in the police station. I had to go into the police station this morning to get it sorted out. So we'll see how much we end up paying, if we end up paying again. But that's just part of living in Europe, and it's part of not understanding the language sometimes, and being away from the house. There's risks. So I figured while I was out, I may as well go to the bakery. But it's going to be a good day today. It's Tuesday, and we're gonna, Leslie wants me to paint the ceilings in those 2 basement rooms so she can get to the stenciling, which you're gonna love, by the way, stenciling. And then I think after that, I'm gonna go up on the roof because the rains are coming tomorrow, and there's some work that needs to be done. Monday was a good day. Got it all primed out. Again, it doesn't look super pretty, but those cables are hard to go on. And then Leslie's been painting today, Tuesday. How's it going, Les?
Well, I was gonna start stenciling the other room. Then I realized I don't have the blue paint. I refuse to get ready to go out right now. I just want to get some stuff done. So I started, I already primed and painted the door, and I thought I need to do something that's finished work.
Yeah.
And so I started doing the trim on the door. Don't look too close, yeah, of course.
No, that's right.
But at any rate,
yeah. It's gonna look good.
Started, so that's good, it's looking clean.
Yep.
That's the whole point. This isn't gonna be, like I say, a show house in here.
No.
It's bumpy and lumpy, but we're gonna get a clean coat of paint on so that it's tight.
One of the things I love about Europe is that I find that a person always loses weight here. Now, when you're touristing around and going with students, when we have the students out, we walk a lot of steps, like 15,000, even 20,000 steps a day. So easy to lose weight when you're that mobile. But even I've noticed in the chateau, we're moving around instead of sitting on a couch on a computer all the time. As a teacher, I do a lot of that. But here I'm going up and down stairs and I'm building stuff. Like take a look at the difference here between the flights climbed. I think there was 1 month there a while back where I was averaging 1 flight of stairs a day. And then the past few days, it was 18 flights a day because you're just going up and down the chateau all the time. So really nice. Well, it was pretty fast on the time lapse, and honestly, it was pretty fast in real too. We do have some paint chipping up there, so that's what I was doing up on the ladder. Now it's time to take down this fixture because Leslie does not want that as our fixture. I figured I'd take it down last, and then we'll just have to retouch the area underneath because otherwise it'd be too dark to see where I was painting. You discovered something on this wall.
So on the other inside walls, I've been priming and putting a bottom coat on, but every once in a while, especially on that side, and then we just noticed on this outside wall, this will happen. And it's been prepped and primed.
Yeah, weird. We primed it. We sanded it.
We did, and we have the right primer. We have the right paint. I just think it's maybe because you repaired this, moisture went up into the wall. I don't know exactly, but I do know this. When I have done some of the other things and they have peeled again, I have peeled it off, primed again, and then it stuck. Like I've had to do it 2 or 3 times, but eventually it does hold. Yeah,
and we're pretty, like people pay you a lot of money to paint and to hire painters in America, so you understand paint. Like some folks out there may be thinking, well, this is what happens with paint. I assure you, Leslie's an expert on paint, but we are not an expert on Europe. And European walls, that's a continually growing process for us.
Yeah, and it's a bit baffling, some of it, honestly. So
I'm gonna find you. There we go.
You're gonna find me.
So you may also recall that we had a radiator fall off the wall, but fortunately the pipe didn't break. But the pipe is still sitting there.
Yeah.
So do we try to bend it? Do we cut it off? Do we put a radiator back in? Again, we're going away from radiators long term, but in the short term, we're going to continue to use them.
I would be tempted, but I don't know if we can get it back on the wall. It's all sort of rusted out, and
yeah, hence why it fell. The whole thing just came right out.
So I did fill the big hole around it yesterday. That's dry, so I have to reprime that. But I didn't know what we were doing. Any ideas? Like, we have to get rid of that thing. I can't cantilever into the
we can cut it out, but that's.
Or can it get just against?
It's full of water. It's pressurized water right now. So if it breaks,
can we just put it against the wall?
I mean, we could try to bend it, but then if it breaks, we have a flood.
I don't think it. Well, look.
No, careful.
Oh, you're right.
Careful. Yeah.
Because the radiator pushed on.
Yes. Complicated. There have been a couple surprises on Tuesday. Tuesday is not going exactly like I expected. First, of course, the trip to the gendarme, and secondly, the rain is coming sooner than expected. So up the many stairs, the deuxième étage, the attic, and we're going to try to fix some gutters. You can see that a week later, the puddle that came from here is still not completely dry. Things dry so slowly when it's cold. But our new air siphon is working great. No leaks at all. Thank you very much, Lord. Now, the gutters are always critically important. And as you can see, they tend to come apart. Okay, so it looks like this one's on, but we have a bit of a flashing issue there. See how far that flashing is away from the wall? Yikes. I was talking with Monsieur Menudet, who is our former chateau owner, who was down at the chateau for a couple days. And I was telling him that we were getting the roof fixed, and so he was excited. But he wanted to make very strongly the point that while the roof and the shingles are important, and there are leaks there, the main thing is the gutters. He's like, all the water comes in through the gutters. And he goes, the branches, the birds bring branches. So it is of critical importance to keep those things clear. So we're gonna go up today and clear them out. I also discovered something else, and I discovered that there's 2 more hidden gutters that I didn't realize, and I believe they are leading to those big leaks in the room. So, with big thanks to Mr. Cook, I'm bringing out the Snake camera again, and we'll get some fun views, and I'm gonna try to run them up there and confirm that there is a leak. Now, so what I have to do is you come up to the deuxième étage, and then you climb this ladder and hope to goodness that it holds you. And then you can see there's one of the hatches, but we're not gonna go through that hatch. We're gonna climb in the attic over to here, to the big room. And then we can open those two hatches up there, but the hidden one is up here. And this is where the leak is. And so we're gonna see, I tried to open it the other day, and the problem is, I think our roofers came to fix the roof, and when they didn't realize there's a hatch there, and so they installed a couple shingles over it. So I go to push the hatch and it doesn't open. So I'm debating whether I should break the shingles or not to get it open. I think I probably should. When we go to clean out these gutters, you often find there's dirt and there's branches, and that's a problem. But the bigger problem is when you find things like this. That's metal flashing. That means it came off the roof somewhere, and somewhere there's a piece of missing flashing in the house. Problem. And of course, when the shingles fall, the shingles block the hole, so also a problem. So this one's usually pretty good. It rarely plugs up. There's not a lot of stuff, but you can see that it fell. So I'll have to put that there. I put a rock on it to hold it down, but even that didn't apparently keep it out. I don't know if the birds pull these out or what, because there's, you know, in terms of physics, there's nothing that should be pulling them out. Maybe it's the birds. Looking in our 2 towers, we're gonna check to see how clean these wires are. Hopefully they're clean. And of course, every time I'm up here, you gotta ring the bell just for the fun of it. A little bit of an unwelcome surprise. I'm seeing a number of pieces of stone that have fallen. And so gravity tells me that's probably right there. Yeah. It's always cool when you figure out little mysteries. So again, remember we have our bell up here. And then I noticed it goes through here. So I thought, well, let's poke down there and take a look. And looks like it has a conduit to go down. It would be really fun. It'd be really fun to have this cable go all the way down to the kitchen so you could ring the bell for dinner. Just for the fun of it. All right, so here's the snake camera, and it's trying to make its way through. And I mean, you can see the roof there, so it looks like it's not very obstructed. That's the good news. This one was a pass, as was the one on the other side. So we got the top hatch up. We're way up high. You can see we've lost another shingle there, and you can see a couple of shingles have dropped here. So the drain is clean. Hey, I had a metal thing on there. That's unfortunate because that means I'm gonna have to go all the way down and find one. So there's that. Okay, so the big leak is potentially right over here. It is hard. It's hard for me to know. It'd be so easy just to step out there and go over there, but I don't want to fall and die. And we can come inside and you can see there's the hatch right there, but it's been shingled in. So if I open that, I'm going to break shingles and there's going to be trouble. So that's the debate. Do I step out and risk my life, or do I break the shingles? Or maybe I'll try the camera first and send the camera over there to see if there's even a leak. I think there's a blockage, and I think that's why the water runs right down there into all our buckets. Okay, so here's the camera shooting out, and I tried to wangle it around the corner. It did a pretty good job. So now you're taking a look at sort of the chute that goes down, and what you can sort of see here is that there are several shingles wedged in there, and then under the shingles is a few inches of dirt. So there's sort of a backlog. It's a bit of a dam. So the water hits the shingles and runs all over the place. Okay, compromise. My legs are inside standing. My body is outside, and I think I was able to get over enough to get all this stuff. There's a bunch of stuff, see it all? So I'll clear it all down, and hopefully this solves our leak. It might. In the meantime, enjoy the view. Not exactly comfortable. That was Très Difficile. This is where I wish I was like a 180-pound littler guy, instead of the man that I am. But I mean, it is what it is. Look at all that stuff that came down. I am super curious, super curious to know if this is gonna leak. I suspect that we may have solved some of our problem. Working up in the attic is always a little bit complicated. See those holes? But also when you realize that some of the birds have a vested interest in what I'm doing up here. All right, the other side. You can see that there's quite a bit of buildup there, and I just did this the other day, so a bunch of stuff must have fallen, and we'll see if we can get around that corner too and see what the situation is. Okay, this one's a little easier to get out. I have 1 foot inside, so if this cement gave way, I would be okay, and I can lean out on this one, and this one's pretty clean. So I'll just get that cleaned out and we'll be good to go. At this point, you're probably tired of these gutter shots, but so I'm almost done. This is my little trick, because you don't want to kick all that sand down the hole. So I'm just gonna push a slate tile over it, and then I'll sweep the dust over, and then we'll take the slate tile out. But you can sure see how that slate tile would plug everything up, eh? Yeah. The ceilings were quick. The trim, not as quick, because you gotta go around all those wires that got put here. You see, what happens is people didn't care about the sous-sol, the basement, and so if they want to run a wire, they just kind of run it. But we're gonna use it, so we'll see. Good day. Tuesday was a good day, got lots done. Wednesday morning. And all around the chateau, we have water on the outside of the windows, which means not only that it's raining, it also means that, we'll open this guy up, that it is warmer outside than inside. And as promised, the rains have started. So now it's time to go up to the attic and see the moment of truth. Did our cleaning help? Moment of truth, moment of truth. No, we did not solve it. Better, but not solved. How about over here? We didn't do anything over here. So yeah, there's a little bit of water there, not bad. This, however, looks dry. So maybe we solved half of it. Yeah, okay, well, 1 for 2. Well, 2 for 3. 2 for 4. No, 2 for 3. 2 for 3 because we didn't try to solve the other one. No, every bit's a bed. One of the jobs now for Wednesday here is cleaning up the edges. I put the paper, it was tough to know what to do with all these poles, so we decided eventually to paint black behind them. But then as we started wallpapering over, I ended up putting the liner a little too far over and it was hard to know where to stop. So we're coming back now and we're gonna trim it. I'm trimming the paper off extremely carefully. And then once the paper's off, we'll take Q-tips and touch up the black. All right, Leslie's been painting in the girls' GA room. And so it's looking good, but we don't have a light right now because we took the fluorescent. So she needs a light before I can continue. We will change the bulbs out, which is going with a bit of a flower thing. The question is, will we be able to attach this to the wall, the ceiling, without it falling down? Also, look at this. It's warm out today. It's plus 14 or 15. It's warmer outside than inside. Look at the rock. Water just comes right out of it. It's the temperature difference. All the windows had moisture on them on the outside. It's kind of like a lot of times you'll have moisture on the inside of a house when it's hot inside and cold outside. It was the opposite, colder in the chateau because it conserves the heat so well, or the cold in this case. Let there be light. And we got the lights up, this one. So that's a good start. It's bright. And what are you working on, Bess?
I'm waiting for you to be down to my ladder so I can start on the walls.
Ooh, she's ready to do some stenciling. What you doing? What you doing? You got it.
Okay, well, while I'm waiting for the ladder, I'm moving on.
Oh.
So, the gardener's suite, le jardinière.
Yeah. That'll be a nice touch.
Cute.
Yeah, absolutely.
This looks cute.
There it is, light. Look at that beautiful work that Leslie's doing here. Super cool and fast.
Not that fast.
Well, you're going really fast. You got half a wall then.
Yeah, I know. It's tedious.
Well, it looks fantastic.
Well, don't go too close.
No, it looks great. Well, we got a downpour, so it means it's time to get up to the attic and see how things are going. Prayers up. Okay, Leslie said she heard dripping in this room. Historically, one of our worst spots. Oh, there is water. Look at it run. 1 second ago, there was nothing. And now suddenly it runs. It's the darndest thing. Look at that, there's wetness there. And then up high, maybe presumably in the middle too. It's like it comes in and out of the wall. And then that was literally 10 seconds ago. We just were in there listening to the water drop. Now listen. Nothing. Okay, the rain is coming hard now, and it's coming into new spots. Yeah, it's coming down hard. April, May, June, 3 months till we get this roof fixed. Gonna move this guy. Maybe we move this guy over here. Oh, that's coming in hard. Literally 1 day ago, I went and cleared out this gutter. Look at it now. Completely plugged. This is new. I'll get a pail on it. 1 day ago, I cleared this out. And now it's completely full again. All right, here we go. Oh, I think I just broke a glass. Look at that, completely full. Water running everywhere. Hope this doesn't plug out down the downspout, but we have to get this cleared. There's gotta be a better way. It's coming down. And yes, in fact, we did break the glass. I probably leaned into it. This is going to be a tough one because it's got a curve at the top. That's very unfortunate. A little better than water running into your house. Small consolation, but look at the road out there. That's the wettest I've ever seen it. So I guess we did have a lot of water there. So that's good news, at least. It was a significant downpour. Big puddle down there. Well, the silver lining to that rain cloud was that it happened while we were still awake. Because when it happens in the middle of the night, then you run up in the absolute darkness and you hear water all over the place and you're still kind of waking up. So it is definitely nice that I was up for that. And if you look, see if I can flip this around. You can also see that there's massive puddles. Like, I've never seen a puddle that big right there. So that was a lot of rain. So considering it was a lot of rain, you know, it could be worse. We can't get that roof in, that new roof in soon enough. Birds are happy. Plants will be happy. Humans, not as happy. I think that looks so awesome. And one of the beautiful things about it too is the wall, again, the walls here are very, I mean, this is the basement, the servants area. And so the walls are really rough, but then when you put that beautiful stencil on, it just covers the imperfections. Without stencil, then with stencil.
So, honey, did you find any joy this week? Was there a moment, any moments?
Yeah, there are several moments. Several things. First of all, we've been taking a 1 hour lunch. I've been taking a 1 hour lunch, much to somebody's chagrin. And it's not the 2 hour French lunch, but it's nice. Oh, and it's a chance to sit down. Sometimes I even change out of my work clothes, get into some clothes I can sit on a couch. And I've really enjoyed that. I've been sleeping great. I found joy in that. There's a couple times I'm like, oh, we should get one more thing in today. And then I'm like, you know, there's somebody that now Leslie and I have kind of a running discussion with this. Mr. Bingley's going to join us. A running discussion on this. Someone said that if you have to, I think it was maybe Benjamin Franklin. I don't know. Maybe George Washington, some American hero. Something like if you have to take one step to be happy, you'll never be happy. And that's probably a line that is not Leslie's favorite, because you're all about improving and working hard and doing better. I like succeeding too, but the idea of contentment is you have to learn to be happy with where you are. And so, you know, it's easy in a house like this to become overwhelmed with the number of things that need to happen and all the tasks. Honestly, guys, you know, you walk around the house and your task list just keeps going while you're walking around. And so one of the things I've been telling Leslie is the rest of our lives, we will be working on this house. There will never be a time where things are done. And so we have to sit back and enjoy some things.
Although.
Yeah, counterpoint.
Even though that may be true, I'm sitting here right now hearing you say this, and I'm looking in a mirror seeing the chandelier. That's beautiful.
It's a beautiful
chandelier. We have an amazing marble fireplace in front of us. The room is glowing. It's just a lovely, lovely room, and I can find joy in that.
Mr. Bubs is finding joy.
And I can find joy in him too.
Isn't that right, Mr. Bubs? There he is. He's all wet. I let him go out in the dark today.
Oh, did you?
Oh man, this is a long video, guys. I'm sorry.
All right, well, we can talk more another time.
No, we will talk more another time. All right, it's Thursday, and sometimes it's nice to vary your tasks a little bit. I know Leslie's hand is getting really sore with painting, so we're going into the antique stores today. We need 4 beds for the GAs. We're gonna go to IKEA, pick up 4 mattresses. Can't fit all that stuff in the car, and the best place to louer your voiture or your camion, rent your van or car, is Super U. So I rented one of these big trucks for about 70 bucks for the day. Okay, bonus meal. We're here at IKEA picking tours. And so here's what you get for about 23 bucks. You got the meatballs, a little salmon appetizer, cheese plate. Leslie got the beef bourguignon. We got a free hot chocolate because we have the IKEA card. And Leslie got a $1 chocolate fondant. Bon appetit.
Beef bourguignon and IKEA. That's a first. Falls apart. Beautiful. Yum.
Yeah, way to go, France. And Sweden. So we just brought back a full van load of stuff, antiques, and we're thinking, how are we gonna move this thing? Because it was so heavy with all the shelves and the doors and the drawers. But thankfully, the brilliance of French furniture, armoires always come apart. You just turn these little guys, and it all comes apart. Thank you very much, France.
So it's a really cold, windy day today. And can you hear the howling? Maybe you can't. Whenever you hear howling when you come upstairs, that means there's something that's been left open. So I came into our room and I'll show you what I found. I'm gonna turn it around so you can see. Can you hear the howl? Can you hear it? So I came in here and I realized I came in. Can you hear the howl again? And these have blown wide open. I shut the one on the right. And I went, oh, stink. Those crazy things blew open. Now, one of the windows over here had been cracked and had gotten worse because it was kind of whistling. And then I look down and I see a piece of glass. And I look up here and I'm like, okay, that glass is intact. And I'm like, oh no, that means the wind was so bad it blew out the glass. Sad day. You gotta hear this wind though. It cracks me up.
Okay, me and Mr. Bingley walking in the forest. The very frightening forest. We do not want to get attacked. We do not want to get attacked by any wild boar. But we have a delivery coming early tomorrow morning. And so we have to go out and open the gate. So nobody attack us. It is more than a little spooky out here. You cannot see anything except the gate, which we will now open. That was a stormy night. Lots of wind blowing, and so since we don't have a pane of glass in there, the only way we could try to stop the wind was to shut the shutters and bar the shutters and push them in as hard as we could. And it partly worked, but there was definitely wind howling all night. Interesting. All right, it's Friday, and this is great. Our last 2 rolls of wallpaper arrived on time. Way to go, FedEx. I think it was FedEx. So Leslie and I are doing some wallpaper. We're gonna finish up the wallpaper, which is a huge day. It means we can take down the scaffolding and get to some other jobs. So it's booking right now. It books for about 10 minutes. And it'll be great to clean this whole area up too. So Leslie's doing a little cleaning up because there's tons of garbage. And yeah, exciting. All right, Saturday is here, and you're probably wondering about the antiques we bought. Got a couple of beds, matching single beds, really nice. €90 each, so only $200 for that. That's great. Sorry, we don't have it laid out real nice, but we're working. Couple more sconces. I believe those were $30 for 2. A lamp for the girls' room. A couple mattresses, and also these are fun because these can be like the insets of the bed, and they're $50 each. They're old, or they have legs. They can be beds themselves, so they could be an emergency bed too. And then we got some nice side pieces here. Oh goodness, here we go. Well, I guess they're not really showing pretty, but those are about $20 to $30 each. So Leslie likes having a few of those. And a grate, well, you'll have to see it open, but those little heaters are $5 each. They work. We'll take them. And a really nice area rug for $39. Really quite large. You'll see that opened up later. And a $20 golf bag. Some of the kids like golfing, and so we're going to pick up a little bit of equipment. So things coming along. Leslie continues to paint in here, and this room continues to improve slowly. And I think we mentioned this before, but since there's so many ugly wires running along the cove, Leslie wanted to make it disappear, so she just painted it the same color, and it works. It looks so much better, and it's coming together. Doors coming together. This door's fun. And then, of course, this room. Oh, look at that. Leslie got more of the wall done. That's fantastic. Well, maybe the door, too. This is starting to look very pretty. Yeah, so it's coming together. Progress. I love this about the old lamps. They have these little things that they slide. You can pull them down and then connect the wires, and then pull them up and hide stuff, which from the bottom will be hidden. Dilemma right now, I'm waiting for Leslie. She makes all the design decisions. The power cable is not very long, and probably Leslie would like this fixture to be a little lower, but then we got to cut the wire out and put in some newer wires, black wires, which won't look as good, but it'll be the right height. So we'll see what she says. Oh man, guys, now Leslie does not want me to show the whole place because sometimes, you know, when they have decorating shows, you know, if you show things in the middle, then everybody comes in and goes, oh, that doesn't look good, or oh, blah, 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 blah. And the truth is, some folks, like probably me, you need to see everything together to really understand. And so don't want to show too much, but we got the chandelier up. That's great. Has a light switch outside, but it does it does add some beautiful color to the room. And it's amazing how big the room looks now. And I got the scaffolding out. I can walk around. So now we're gonna build the sink back, the toilet back, and the shower. And I can't wait to use this bathroom. I think it's gonna be awesome.
C'est une grâce. Ouais. Amen. Voici ce que vous déclare le Seigneur. Je vais faire venir sur vous l'esprit.
Here we are for another lovely lunch, and we're close to Sèche-de-Loire. It's a small town on the way to Angers. It's about 15 minutes away, and right next to the small Loire River. Not the mighty Loire, the Loire without an E, I think, and also a park. Beautiful. Oh, it looks terrific. The entrees came out, and I think this is actually mine, but what is it, Bess, you think?
Looks like smoked salmon.
Some smoked salmon.
And some radishes.
Sitting on
andoise, which is slate.
Yeah, that's what they're going to put on our
room.
maybe cover here.
Ah, oui.
Ah, bien. Oh, yeah, oui. And then we have a nice charcuterie here. Again, on slate. So it's going to be delightful. A little appetizer, of course, bread. And the crafto. 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 Wait. The smoked salmon is fantastic. The radish is good, and I'm not sure what the sauce is, but it's great. And then a little bit of mayo. It's a little different, but it tastes awesome.
Is that sweet?
I think so.
Okay, so I have a regional specialty called a green, and I'll cut into it in a minute, and some winter veggies. And Rob's got a filet mignon
Which may be pork.
with grease.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see.
Looks good.
Looks great.
Hold it.
So it's kind of like a stuffed pie. I think it's going to be tasty.
And la dessert. I got the creme brulee. Looks very good. And Leslie got the chocolate fondant
Of
with
course.
with House Maison ice cream. Maison glaze.
Glass.
Glass. Pardon me.
And
House ice
bourbon
cream.
vanilla.
Ooh.
I know.
So it looks good. It's been a fantastic meal so far.
This is what I want our yard to be.
France is so beautiful for the birds, even though the leaves aren't out. Got a lovely park, little gentle stream. Nice spot. So if you hadn't figured it out, hands up refers to, of course, that incident with the gendarme, which turned out to be okay. But also the incident with the rain and just it in the storm and the wind and glasses smashing. And
Something.
it's kind of like hands up to the Lord, kind of like praying almost. My son sometimes will say prayers up, and that's the young trendy way of saying I'll be praying for you, or we're cheering for you.
Send your prayers.
Yeah, and so that's a little bit where we were going with this weekend. But really quite a bit of progress.
Yeah, no, we were trucking along this week.
Great,
We did
great.
okay.
The basement, huge steps forward. The London bathroom, huge steps forward.
Yeah, that one's getting good.
Yeah.
We're very close.
And so, onward and upward. Thanks for coming with us, and we hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll be back next Sunday. In fact, we may even get 2 in this week because we had so much stuff this week that it was too much for one. So we may try to get one out on Wednesday too,
Just in case we have a slow week.
Yeah, just in case. No, we'll keep it, so it's not like a
We'll
marathon.
keep working. We'll have stuff to do.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.